Welcome back, everybody. You're watching ARC Maine right here on Fox 23. We want to talk about a dangerous trend popping up in communities all across southern Maine.
Police are worried that those involved or anyone who stumbles upon so-called street takeovers are going to get seriously hurt. Here to talk with us about these what they are and the investigation into the group behind it is reporter Mel Meyer. Mel, thanks for being here. I watched your pieces. I mean, it is kind of scary. So how did you first even find out about this happening in Maine?
Yeah, so we heard about this issue kind of through the grapevine. Somebody had seen and kind of like heard about this and alerted us to it. And so I've been digging into kind of like where these had been happening, how long these had been going on. And what I had found is that law enforcement across southern Maine especially have been really aware of this for about the last several months or so. We even obtained body camera footage and dash camera footage from law enforcement, one dating back to last fall in Pownell of all places, which I think was kind of surprising to some people that it would be happening out there as well. These have also been linked to places like Saco and some others like up around like South Portland and those kinds of places. And what I really found is that this is largely linked back to a group called the 207 Slow Boys. They largely organize these kind of gatherings through Instagram and other social media channels.
Yeah, and talk about what exactly these are. It sounds like a bunch of drag racing, just showing off, doing donuts. I mean, what exactly?
Yeah, it is kind of almost like a form of drag racing, if you will, but they're staying in one spot. They're usually going to these intersections, meeting up there. It's fast, and then they peel off to the next intersection. They're doing donuts, and people are filming them. Sometimes people are hanging out of the cars as well, trying to get these videos. And really the concern here from law enforcement is sometimes people are getting so close to these cars because they are looking for these video shots. Sometimes people are getting hit. We have found video of people getting seriously injured from these events, and they are very quick, and then of course they move on to the next
And
intersection.
it's so fast. Is that a big challenge for law enforcement to even try to track them down, or is it also dangerous for them to try to follow them?
It's both of those things, really. And really the trouble for law enforcement is sometimes they are showing up to these things, they're hearing about it. By the time they get there, they're only able to maybe send one officer, maybe two officers. We've even heard that they've been able to call in reinforcement from other towns, but those two also only may have a few officers on duty, and then they're showing up to these huge meets where like upwards of 100 people are out there. And so in talking to law enforcement, really the concern is that, you know, they're just far outnumbered. It's not safe. People are setting off fireworks, they're banging on cars and things like that. So it's just really not safe for them to do that. And we actually talked to law enforcement about this issue and calling in reinforcements. That's something that we weren't able to get to in our original story.
It's not smart for an officer or even three officers to get out in a chaotic scene like that and try to take any type of enforcement action.
When they put this out on social media, you can get 100 people that show up at one time, and then however many cars are going to be doing the antics that they're doing. And so even if you had 2 or 3 communities respond, you're not going to get 100 police officers to get in there and arrest everybody or try to stop everybody and issue them a summons.
It sounds like it's a mixture of several things. First of all, I think it's all these people that doing what they think is fun. And also maybe with burning rubber, I mean, marking a spot with the donuts and everything, and then showing off too. I mean, is that safe to say? All 3 of those, maybe more?
Oh, absolutely. This is definitely for street cred. That's what they're doing this for. They're posting it on social media. They're trying to build this following. At least that's what I have found through these Instagram accounts. Especially, you can find where people are kind of connecting with each other over this.
Interesting. And so since the first story aired, you've been doing updates, you know, closely following this, and you've learned more about where this group may be practicing their tricks?
That's exactly right. After my first story aired, we had a businessman reach out to us literally within minutes of that first story airing, and he said, actually, this is happening in my parking lot. So you can see here, he was showing me around his business area. He had installed security cameras.
Wow.
And he was able to actually show us where it was happening. I then linked that to Instagram accounts that had been posting about this. And of course, they're shooting this at night, so I didn't actually know where some of these were happening.
Right.
So then to go see
and now you can tell it is the same spot.
It's exactly, and you can see
There's
there.
somebody getting hit right there.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. And they, you know, cut the video, but I would be curious to hear what happened to that person.
Ooh.
And then that is a screenshot that I obtained from one of the organizers
Okay.
in an affiliated group that actually had posted about that kind of meetup just days before it had happened.
Wow.
Yeah, let's hear what the business owner has to say about this.
Exactly.
I know they're understaffed, and I understand that, but this seems to be not so random anymore. So I think if you had a patrol drive out here between 8 and midnight on the weekends, you'd find something sometimes.
Portland Police did tell me in a statement that they are aware of these dangerous activities and the problematic areas, and they've been giving special attention to those spots at the appropriate times. I also did talk to an expert about this, and what she suggested was really for maybe on the business end, putting up some sort of barriers and stuff. The challenge for that for businesses is they've got, yes, the money issue, and also, they've got a business to run, and so having something like
They
a
wanna be
gate
welcoming
and something,
to customers probably
right,
too.
right, exactly. Those pose other different challenges. One thing I just wanted to mention is in what we said after our first story aired is I did try to reach out to the 207 Slow Boys, who again law enforcement have linked to these meetups. At that time, I welcomed them to reach out to me. I would love to talk to them about this issue.
All right. Yeah. More to come probably on this.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's all about social media and look at me, because you can see
Attention,
how
yeah.
close people are getting to the cars with their phones, trying to take videos of it. And then, again, at least one guy in the video you showed getting hit.
Yeah.
I just hope that no one else gets hurt. And I know law
Absolutely.
enforcement feels the same way. So we know you'll
Exactly
keep
right.
following it, Mel. Thank you so much.